respect to Martinelli and the way Martinelli's being treated at the moment, it really makes me feel uncomfortable because he always gives 100%.
We don't want him to go, bro. Please, Martinelli, the club, please don't sell him. I really wanted to say,
I love Martinelli. Over the years, he's been one of my favourite players.
This is my club. I love to be here. I love the city. I love the club.
Gabriel Martinelli has chances to leave Arsenal in these final weeks of the summer transfer window. Because there is movement around Martinelli, because there are clubs calling and trying to understand the situation, and because Martinelli for Gabriel Arteta is no longer untouchable. Imagine that for the Community Shields, Martinelli was not even on the bench. Then it's fair to say that the bench was selected with few players, so Arteta could not include the whole squad. But at the same time, Martinelli went to be a starter, almost regular starter at Arsenal, to Solis starting in the Community Shield, doing very well with two assists, and Martinelli not even in the squad, without an injury. So you can understand that Arsenal are open to considering opportunities for him. Then more to say, guys, I want to clarify something on three situations. First one, exclusive story of the afternoon.
Arsenal supporters, this is the kind of transfer story that can change the mood around a football club in just a few hours. Gabriel Martinelli could be facing a future away from the Emirates, and this time, the interest is no longer just a rumor. According to Fabrizio Romano, Saudi Pro League giants Al-Hilal have made official club-to-club contact with Arsenal regarding the Brazilian winger. And there is one detail that could make Arsenal fans particularly worried. Martinelli is reportedly open to the move. For a player who has been part of Arsenal's journey for years, this is an emotional moment. Martinelli arrived at Arsenal from Ituano in 2019 as a teenager. Since then, he has developed from an exciting young prospect into a Premier League champion and a Brazilian international. But football can change incredibly quickly. Last season, Martinelli reportedly struggled to maintain his position as a regular starter. The arrival of Christos Solis has made the competition for places even tougher, while Martinelli managed just one Premier League goal last season. Now, with his contract entering its final year, Arsenal have a huge decision to make. Do they keep a player who has given so much to the club, or do they accept a massive offer and allow him to begin a completely new chapter? And this is where Al-Hilal enters the story. The Saudi club are reportedly prepared to make a serious investment, with Arsenal understood to be looking for around 70 million euros for the 25-year-old winger. That is a huge amount of money. But for Arsenal supporters, the question is not simply about the transfer fee, it's about Martinelli himself. Many fans still remember his explosive performances, his relentless running, his passion, his goals, and the energy he brought to the Emirates. He was one of those players supporters connected with because of the way he played. Aggressive, emotional, fearless, and always willing to fight for the badge. So seeing his name linked with a move to Saudi Arabia could be painful for some Arsenal fans. And remember, Martinelli reportedly rejected Galatasaray earlier this summer. Now, however, the situation appears to have changed. He is reportedly open to the possibility of joining Al-Hilal, which could make negotiations much more serious. And Al-Hilal are not approaching this situation without ambition. The Saudi giants have already strengthened their squad significantly, and they have also signed Somerville this summer. Imagine Martinelli joining them. The possibility of having Martinelli and Somerville operating on the wings would give Al-Hilal an extremely dangerous attack and potentially one of the strongest wide combinations in Asian football. But from Arsenal's perspective, this could become a very difficult decision. On one hand, 70 million euros would give the club significant financial power. On the other hand, Arsenal would be losing a player who is still only 25 years old and who has already...
On the other hand, Arsenal would be losing a player who is still only 25 years old and who has already shown that he can perform at the highest level. And there is another question Arsenal fans will be asking. If Martinelli leaves, who replaces him? Because selling a player is one thing. Replacing his speed, his explosiveness, and his ability to change a game is something completely different. This is why the next few days could be crucial. Al-Hilal have now made their move. The door has been opened. Martinelli is reportedly willing to listen. And Arsenal must now decide whether the right answer is to keep the Brazilian and fight to bring the best out of him again, or accept what could be a very attractive financial offer. For Arsenal supporters, this is more than just another transfer story. It is potentially the end of an era for a player who arrived as a teenager and grew alongside the club. And if Martinelli really
a deal to sign Gabriel Martinelli from Arsenal, so that Martinelli will be leaving Arsenal.
will undoubtedly be fans wondering whether Arsenal could have done more to keep him. So now I want to hear from you. Should Arsenal sell Gabriel Martinelli for around 70 million euros, or should Mikel Arteta keep him and give him another chance to prove himself? Tell us your opinion in the comments. And if you are an Arsenal supporter who wants the latest transfer news, major developments and breaking Premier League stories, please subscribe to the channel. It only takes 1 second, but it helps us enormously and allows us to keep bringing you the biggest football stories every day. So subscribe, turn on notifications and stay with us. Because if Al-Hilal have really opened the door for Gabriel Martinelli, this story may only be getting started. And the next move could come from Arsenal.